Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. Welcome to the Critical D-Cast Special Edition, live from what was formerly Gamestop Expo 2014. My name is Brian Bishop, and I'm, as always, your host. And today I'm joined by Ruben Prado.
Hey, guys.
Michael Matthews.
GameStop Griff Worldwide Ltd.
And new special guest, Dwight Monroy.
Did you actually make the pun that I thought you did?
Which...
Special edition?
Special edition. Yeah. It's not the first time we've done this.
Special guest studio.
I'm going to fit in perfectly here. I got this.
Oh, my God.
I see your game, my friends, and I'll play your game.
Good. Always play the game.
Alright, so it's been a long day. We've been running around the Anaheim Convention Center and not going to Disneyland.
I'm disappointed with my lack of hookers and lobster rolls, frankly.
Yeah.
The tough life. We're very sorry for you.
The Disneyland lobster rolls are the best goddamn thing ever, and they're
so
like
good.
1 mile away from here, but I don't have access to it because I don't have $100 to spend on a Disneyland
They're
pass.
also $13 a piece.
Wow. So, Brian, explain to us where you are right now and why your voice sucks.
I'm sitting in a hotel room across the street from the Anaheim Convention Center, the Best Western Raffles Inn. I don't know what it's raffling, but...
Raffles?
Raffles, yes. R-A-F-F-L-E-S.
Raffling off 30 minutes with best prostitute this side of Cerritos.
You're
starting
not
off...
far off because we're right next to Cerritos. But yeah, that's why this sounds so shitty, because we're using my laptop mic again, even though I just got a nice new headset. I can't use it.
Yeah.
Because...
It's like our last, 3 or 4 casts have been so nice, and now you're back to poverty status.
Yeah, I'll take poverty.
No, guys, we're back to being indie like we used to be. It's all right now.
Oh, you
All
mean
right.
back in the good old days, 3 weeks ago, when I was still using my laptop mic? Yeah, those good days.
I think...
It doesn't...
Yeah, before we totally sold out and went to the GameStop convention.
I'll stab you.
Brian, I
Now we're
think
still
Giving out shout-outs to Metro last night for giving me a free copy of their game for some fucking reason.
Exactly. Selling out, Brian.
I would have had one too, but
He gave it away to a small child.
I did.
Wait, whoa! Hold on. Let me address this quickly. You gave a copy of Metro Last Light away to a small child.
Yes.
You do realize about midway through that game, you go around picking up hookers.
His dad was there.
Wow, wait, I should have held on to that.
Yeah. Look,
I'm so
his
sure-
dad was like, yeah, we already have a copy of the game, but, the kid wants one for PS4 too. And Dwight's like, here. And then he hands a copy of this Metro game to a small child who says, golly gee willikers, Mr. Beard. Thank you for that.
That game
Did
literally
he
has...
have like a sailor suit on and like a hat and like a big lollipop too?
Wow, the lollipop's a little far, my friend.
That game
I
has...
didn't think he was Captain Ahab while we were playing Evolve.
No, I was Captain Ahab. That guy had an eye patch and a harpoon, and there was an Ahab sticker. And I was the greatest pirate to ever live because I was the last one to die.
He played the entire match using a pirate speak, and nobody else listened to him.
Yeah.
Like, he was giving legitimate advice, like, yeah, we should go go over to the right side of the field, I believe he's over there. Nobody listened to him because they thought he was kidding, but he wasn't kidding. He was playing the game.
See, if I was there, that'd be the guy I'd hate. I'd be like, fuck this game. I don't fuck this game enough. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Really? That would ruin it for you, not the... I guess we just can't be friends.
But yeah,
I guess
Brian, that game has an abundance of bad language, has titties, naked titties, and a lot of scary...
Evolve, yeah, there's a lot of naked,
No.
There's a lot of cussing in
There's a
Evolve.
lot of cussing.
There's a motherfuck ton of fuck words
Oh my
in Evolve.
god, no. Within, the first 30 seconds, the guy I was playing was just... he said all 7 of the words George Carlin said you can't use on TV.
George Carlin.
I'm old school, bro. Come on.
So, yeah, no. Yeah, Metro has a lot of tits and boobs and fucks and shits and scares.
And I handed that to a child. This is exactly the legacy I want to pass on.
It'll turn him into a man, though. It's all right.
You're a hero.
Please don't imply that I'm going to turn that boy into a man.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's me uncomfortable.
So anyways, yeah, so the whole point of this cast is about GameStop Expo. And
There's a lot of games that aren't going to be out for a long time.
Brian and Dwight went. Unfortunately, Brian was the only member of the TCD that could go.
TCD? TCD?
So Dwight, an honorary member.
Worldwide?
went
I was
with them.
just gonna say, like, I don't do anything with my time. I can like just plop in now and again. I don't mind.
But yeah, I want to hear all about it from the beginning to the end. Like, let's talk about it.
All right.
All right, well, let's start with coming to the fucking hotel when they didn't take my credit card, and we only paid for one night.
That was shitty. I was like, okay, well, one of three things is gonna happen. I'm gonna go sleep in my car. I'm gonna go procure money somehow, or we're gonna go just stay with Greg.
We're gonna sleep in his room whether he wants it or not.
He wants it or not. Greg's not gonna leave us out.
So they charged my credit card for $180 because that's all I had left on my line of credit, apparently. And then, like, we stayed for the night, and then I managed to barely get a call into my mom when she's in London, like, hey, you know that credit card that you thought you paid for this room yet? Didn't pay for it. Didn't happen, and now we're stuck without a room for tonight. Or for tomorrow night, and then that got fixed finally. But that was like, we've been driving all day, and then we finally get in here, and I'm like, I just want to fucking poop.
Did I poop?
That's another story. But, like, we got there, they're like, oh, how are you going to pay for this hotel room? I'm like, I'm not. It's already paid for. They're like, no, it isn't.
Wow.
So that was great.
So you're like, well, okay, well then, mister, just drop your pants, sounds like your dick, and we can just all sort away.
I soft serve indeed.
Then what happened is we went on a pooping tour of the hotel resorts at Disneyland.
Oh my god, I had so much fun.
Do I want to know what that's all about? Is that some kind of weird, like, VIP service I'm not aware of?
I ended up having a little bit of, possibly food poisoning. Like, he didn't throw up or anything, but he kept having to poop when we were walking around. So we pooped here in the Grand Californian, almost in the Paradise Pier Resort.
That is just
Californian was gnarly.
lovely story.
That was the Grand Californian was a masterpiece. Let me tell you what.
Were they nice bathrooms?
I don't mean to get blue, but he pooped so hard I felt it when the last time I was in the Grand Californian, which was, I don't know, January? I felt it in January. I had smelled it before, but I didn't realize I had smelled it until just now.
It was a mighty poop.
Okay. I shared a link with you guys.
Yeah.
Kind of
That's
cool.
that's totally Ness.
Yeah.
That is definitely Ness. That's gonna be in that game.
I'm beginning to think that maybe those screen links were legit.
Possibly.
Maybe. Anyways, beyond the poop, what was the actual expo?
That's my favorite David Cage game. Is that Beyond Two Poops, right?
Two poops, yes.
Two poops. Oh yeah,
Because it's a really apt description about the quality of the game as a whole, I think.
Yeah. Rip and retort.
Such hate.
Heavy Poop was also really good too, guys. You guys should try it.
Heavy poop is a good one. I'm also a fan of Indigo Poop.
You know,
And heavy rain, but the rain's a different kind of poop.
we can't do chocolate rain.
Heavy chocolate rain.
You know, we can't forget the classics though, like Halo, pooping evolved.
Oh.
Wait,
please,
Brian, do you say in Indigo Poop?
Yeah, Indigo Poop.
I think you mean fair and shit.
You mean, oh yeah, Fair and Shit, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Guys,
The game European release was called Fair and Shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halo, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you trying to segue us? You trying to segue the segwayers?
No, man. See, I'm setting you up. I know how to do this stuff.
Anyway, yeah, what about Halo?
I put the link.
YOLO, Humanity Devolved.
Oh,
Here we go.
Halo.
Fine.
Halo Link, I guess.
Oh my.
YOLO, Humanity Devolved, no respawns, no regrets, tap out, beer keg, wife
You
beat.
guys are gonna hate me.
What?
I think those tap out shirts are actually kind of cool.
Oh, get out of here.
I kind of want one.
You know,
I don't get it. I just don't understand it.
What?
It's a UFC thing.
It is well,
It's an MMA thing.
It's an MMA thing.
I'm sorry, but look, you can point out the difference.
Yes, I can. I actually can.
What is
My
it?
thing.
I legitimately don't know. I'm just being an asshole. Please explain.
MMA is mixed martial arts, which is a form of martial arts. It's a mix of different disciplines.
So it's grabbing and hugging all over the ground. That's everything.
While the UFC is the premier organization featuring mixed martial arts.
Okay.
So it's grabbing and hugging all over the ground evolved.
Yes.
Okay, great. Very happy. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, look, that grabbing and hugging hurts people.
It does, but it still looks like a gay orgy happening in a fucking octagon.
And I watch it.
And is that so
once a month?
Man? Is that so wrong?
I'm not gonna judge, but at the same time, I'm gonna judge a little bit. Anyway,
I'm gonna call Chuck Liddell on you.
So hold on.
He's washed
Hey,
up. He
quick
didn't-
question, Brian. Have you played any of the games with Pit in them? Whatever they're called.
Oh, Kid Icarus? Yeah. I played the original Kid Icarus. I played Kid Icarus Uprising, which was incredible.
Is there anything called Dark Pit or Edge Pit?
Dark Pit is, in fact, one of the anti-heroes of Kid Icarus Uprising.
Is
And
he
it was
like
also one of the
darker?
confirmed characters in the league, so
And what's Edge Pit? Is that a thing or no?
same thing, it's Dark Pit.
Okay.
So
yeah, I guess
saying
there's
that-
rumors he'll be in
that
the
right
game.
now is gonna be Kid Icarus linked to the pit, right?
Yeah, Kid Icarus, a link to the pit.
The new sequel they're gonna announce. No.
Bullfighting, 24
At TGS, it's gonna be a big thing.
Look, I'd much rather have that than a fucking Madden game again.
Madden Pit Bullfighting. Yeah!
Can we
Hey!
have that? Actually,
Hey, no, we can't have that now.
Can we have a mini-game at least?
No, we can't have any game.
Oh.
NFL is under some stress as of late. I'm not sure if they're down there right now.
Oh, yeah, the whole thing with that one guy that beat the shit out of his wife, right?
That's
Oh.
I could go on about that. You don't want to find out. You don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
But yeah, anyways, hold on, Brian. I'm reading this thing about the Dark Pit rumors in Smash.
Yeah?
And this conversation goes, I want Edge Pit, Edge of the Pit Edge, Edgy Pits. Edgy Pit sounds gross. It's like fitting all of Tim Burton's movies in your armpits. It's like the armpits of Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands.
These
What
are
the-
all great indie band names, Ruben. Let me write these down.
These make me, like, burn. Like, my stomach is really, like, just... I'm getting an ulcer right now. You gave me an ulcer. Tim Burton's a hack.
Thanks, Ruben. You
Hey.
gave Dwight an ulcer. I gotta deal with this shit. He's gonna be shitting up our hotel room.
No, not
I'm
back
not even
to
gonna be
the
shitting. This ulcer is so hateful. Like, it's just gonna eat through my stomach. I will literally shit out my side.
Oh god.
Are we
This
here
was
to talk about some video games at some
This
point?
was supposed to be
Yeah.
GameStop
Hey.
Expo.
When did this become the shitcast?
When I got here, I bring the quality down, Brian.
Alright, so anyway, like the night of, we spent some time having a very fascinating discussion with Steve Peterson.
Wait for our new feature coming out this Friday of 6 Ways to Shit in Disneyland, written by Brian. It's gonna be really good. Check it out on the site.
Yeah, my favorite article. I've already written one article about Disneyland. I could write more.
Yeah,
I could write more shitty articles.
literally here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave that alone.
Anyway, so we spent a fascinating night with Steve Peterson. He's a friend of mine's dad.
That was fucking awesome.
I don't think we can talk too much about it because it's still like in development, but it's really cool.
I'm not gonna say it.
You
Gotcha.
can say it's under embargo.
Wait.
Well, it's under embargo because it isn't a thing yet.
I'm just gonna leave it.
So technically, there's no embargo yet.
Yeah, technically, but I'm not gonna spoil.
I'm sorry,
it.
I missed something. You're talking about Uncharted, right?
No,
What are you talking about?
no, that I'm going to talk about.
Okay,
because,
okay.
You know that exists.
What were you just talking about? I missed something important.
Steve Peterson, who invented the RPG series Champions. I don't know if you know that. It's like
Champions Online.
that's
no.
what it's based on. That he didn't make Champions Online. He actually
Okay.
says it's the shittiest thing that happened to him. But it's based on a system, an RPG system he made back in the 90s.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. I was just actually had no idea what was going on. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got this new thing he's working on that I'm not going to talk anymore about. But it's really cool.
I can say it's pretty much making my dreams come true when it's coming to RPGs.
Yeah.
The goddamn talk to you, Brian.
Sorry.
Is it an RPG where I can marry my waifus?
Technically, yes.
Yes. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it for the Morpheus?
What?
It's not. It's no. You can keep asking me questions. I'm not going to tell you shit.
Is Milo gonna be in it?
Who?
Milo. Remember Project Milo, you guys?
No, I don't remember Project Milo, and stop trying to bring that back.
From the Project Natal with a Milo, the little boy who was Connect, and you would interact with him and stuff.
I don't want to remember.
By Lionhead Studios, the same makers of Fable. What happened to that?
Wait, is he telling you about Milo Highhill, the halfling who's related to Master Three Balls?
Half right, but on that, you're half right.
Yes, I'm going to say that's exactly what he's talking about.
Okay, well then I can talk about this all day.
Brian, on some real shit. What happened to Milo? I want Milo. I don't get for Milo today.
I can handle this. So what happened to Milo is Milo went on to work in a boiler room and then went on an expedition to Atlantis and then never came back.
Oh my. Oh my.
That Peter Molyneux sent him away.
By the way, Disney hasn't forgotten about Atlantis the Lost Empire, I learned. Sure, it was only a color scheme in Disney Infinity, but it was definitely Atlantis the Lost Empire.
There's Atlantis the Lost Empire ride at SeaWorld.
Actually, hold on. Can we talk about Disney Infinity and how awesome that is?
We'll get there. We're gonna go chronologically through this day.
I'm so ADD. I jump around.
Anyway,
literally, I'm fat.
So we woke up this morning and we went to the convention center. We walk into the fucking VIP room at 9 in the morning to get our breakfast. The first thing we see when we walk in is two people, and they're just like, "Here's your free copy of Metro for Xbox or PS4. Here you go."
What time in the morning?
Like 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock.
Wow.
We got there at like 9:50.
No, we definitely got there before, because the con opened at 9:30 and we were in line for it. We got there at like 8:30 because breakfast was still happening.
The important stuff.
I got out of the shower at like 8:40.
Yeah, we got there at like 9 o'clock then.
We got there at 9:10 because they stopped serving breakfast at 9 o'clock.
We had breakfast.
We did have breakfast, that's why. God damn you.
Get played, Brian. Get played.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the first thing we're greeted with is somebody just handing us a free copy of an actual fucking Xbox game or PS4 game.
Dynasty the game.
That's a travesty. One of the first things you see upon walking into the convention center is an Activision thing, like, oh, check it out, Destiny's coming out. I don't know, some other Activision game, Duck Dynasty, the video game.
I was not.
Okay, so what the fuck is that game that's not just like Capella's Duck Hunter?
I looked for it at the Activision booth. They didn't have it, but I really want to see it.
Me and my beard were very angry.
Did they explain it all? They didn't
explain shit. It was literally just a picture that said Duck Dynasty, the video game.
Does it come with a free beard?
I hope so.
I hope not, because that means that I've been working on this glorious piece of facial hair for 5 years. So.
Glorious piece of facial hair. Thank you.
This beard is glorious. Go to hell.
I just like the way you put it. I didn't get to see you on the camera, so I have yet to know.
Oh,
yeah, fuck. Well, that's happening right now. Yeah. Here, take a look at this.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus, you're white.
What? No, hold on. I have to ask, what did you think I was?
I thought at some point, like, early on, I thought you said you were black. I don't know where I heard that, but you know what?
What said that?
I'm the only black guy on this fucking stream here, Ruben. What the fuck?
I never once, did I ever say I was black?
I thought I heard some black connotation. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
I'm sure I said something, but I did not say I was black.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that's what was important there. Now we can talk about the games that we saw in the convention center. You wanted to talk about Disney Infinity? Because that shit was nuts.
That was nuts. You talked to the guy a little bit more, though.
I did talk to the guy. The guy that was there was very knowledgeable on the subject. That is actually a very impressive building tool for stuff. Because, when you get into the game, you pick your character, and they all level up separately based on what's on their little thing, and they have different skill trees and stuff. But what's more important is the fact that you're able, in the toy box, it sets you in a blank world, and you have the option of either building it yourself, so you either put stuff together yourself, or you could say this area procedurally generate town or procedurally generate forest. It will just use procedural generation to establish an area, and then you're able to mess around in that. But you're able to create, say you wanted to make a full role-playing game. What you were able to do is you're able to place NPCs in the area and then set cues for them to start talking about stuff. And then using all of these tools, make a full game out of the toy box.
Wait.
And he showed us all the stuff that you could do, and it's all like different triggers and all this stuff. So like you could be able to build a world with like a wall that's there, and then like have to do something, and then after you finish that thing, then the wall will crash down and it'll let you continue in the game. Or like you could build like a racetrack and then have a thing where you make a racing game in the cars and then set like, okay, so when a player crosses over this area, then something will happen. So you can make it where like a wall will fall apart and come onto the racetrack when you cross over a certain area. And it's really impressive that like I didn't realize there was such an incredible amount of stuff you could do in that game. Also, you can play as Iron Fist, so I appreciate that.
I was stoked about the thing. I just didn't want to interrupt your conversation.
Yeah.
The Venom thing, I really wanted to play Venom.
So, I thought Disney Infinity was the game where you take the little, like, toy and you put it on the Wii U pad.
It's that, but there's a lot more to it than that, apparently, that I learned.
It sounds like it's an not glorified, but a more intricate, like, StarCraft map editor.
Yeah, it lets you build a lot of, lets you build and do a lot of stuff.
Right.
But it also, like, each of the toys, like, you put it on the thing, then it puts the thing in the game, and each of the characters levels up separately based on what toy you have.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool. By the
So,
way.
if you bring your toy to a friend's house, is your level saved on the toy?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How the fuck does it do that?
There's a little chip saved.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of them for the Wii U's Pokemon game too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They handed those out like water.
Now, Disney Infinity's been out for a while.
The first one has, and honestly, I didn't know too much about it. I think it has a lot of some of the stuff that Disney Infinity 2.0 has, but it doesn't have nearly the same amount of depth. Like, they added over like 4,000 items to the game that let you change and do stuff.
That sounds cool.
It's fantastic.
And then, of course, the thing that wasn't Disney Infinity 1 that most people think of that's kind of like Skylanders is they have these toy boxes, which are like full story set things that have stories that you go through as characters and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We didn't see that. The demo we did was only for the toy box creator, but yeah.
Cool.
That's more what you probably know about was the toy boxes that they have. They're like play sets, expansion things for the game that you're able to buy the toy box and then you put it, and it's like a full story for the game that you're able to go through.
Right. So basically...
This sounds a lot like Project Spark.
It is very similar to Project Spark in a lot of ways, except it uses Disney stuff, and I think a lot of the creation stuff is a lot different in the way that it works.
So...
It seems almost more simple than Project Spark is, which is odd, considering Project Spark is really simple.
Well, so for instance, going back to like something like StarCraft Map Editor, to create something in depth or create like triggers, create like a scenario of sorts, it actually takes quite some time. With this,
the demo that we did took us like 20 or 30 minutes to show us all the stuff, and it was only like the very tip of the iceberg of stuff you could do in that game. So yeah,
but
if you wanted to build like a full RPG, it would take you a while.
But let's just say, for instance, you had this game and you're at home and you're like, man, I'm gonna make like a quick like 30-minute scenario that my friends can play through when they come over. So you make it, and then me, let's say, like, I don't know, me, Mike, Matt, and like George or something, we all have our own superhero toy, we bring it over, plop it on the Wii U, and try and play through your scenario. Is that something you could just bust out like left and right,
I don't mean to cut across you. You said the word Wii U, so that now this scenario is never going to happen.
Shut up! I have a Wii U. I can bring it.
Mike.
You also don't have to bring it over.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is what you're able to do with it is once you create this game or this world, you're able to upload it to the internet. And then the moderators will look over it, make sure everything works correctly, and make sure there's no, like, fuck shit balls anywhere.
God damn it, really? God, fuck.
It's a Disney game. What the fuck do you want?
I want exactly that. I want
Fuck shit and balls. The fuck do you think I want?
Look, just make every building look remotely like a phallus, and maybe they'll look over it.
So you mean do like Atlantica from Little Mermaid?
Yes.
All those buildings kind of look like
Yes.
penises. One of them was a penis in the drawing.
Yes.
But yeah, so you're able to upload it to online, and then you have access to all of them. Like that was a thing in the first one too, I think. Like they built not Rapture. They built Columbia in Disney Infinity, and they had like a whole Columbia playset that they made.
Well, I'm just saying, as long as like making a map isn't pointlessly long, it'll be a lot of fun for a lot of people.
It's a lot simpler than actually like making a game would be.
Right.
Yeah.
The tools are easy to use and easy to make, but you're able to use them to whatever extent you want to make almost any kind of game you want to.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Seems cool. What next?
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat now.
Oh, can we please talk about Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat was Dwight's favorite thing he saw at the convention.
Hands down.
You're talking MK10, right?
Yeah,
MK10.
MK10.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in that too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the booth was sweet. We sauntered all up to that thing, planted our asses down, and grabbed the controllers. And I was assaulted by a flurry of new characters, which surprised and frightened me a little bit. But upon closer inspection, it looks like Mortal Kombat's trying to move its way on forward. We've got some old familiar faces to hold our hands while we keep going, like Scorpion and our Sub-Zeros. But we've got some new kind of legacy characters. Like we've got Cassie Cage.
Yeah, Cassie Cage.
Cassie Cage.
That's the name I was trying to remember. I was
Yeah.
like, I know like Johnny Cage's like daughter or whatever is in the
Johnny
game.
Cage and Sonya
Yeah,
Blade.
Johnny Cage and Sonya
She's
Blade.
very honest. She's very obviously Sonya Blade's kid too. And then we've got, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, but the Aztec dude.
Oh, the Aztec.
Oh my god, that guy was
That
so
guy was
cool.
brutal.
That guy was brutal. And then we got Davin, the spider, like the bug
Yeah.
lady, like Kerrigan of the Queen of Blades.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, no, she's pretty Kerrigan-y. But yeah, oh my gosh. I think the coolest thing that they added to the Mortal Kombat series is they when you select you know how when you would pick like two guys would love Scorpion and both want to play Scorpion, and then both guys would just have to pick Scorpion and deal with their choices, and then whoever was the better Scorpion would just win.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So now what they did was they separated every fighter into like 3 different, I guess.
Forms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like
I heard about that.
For example, like Scorpion had like a ninjutsu form where he just did a bunch of physical stuff. He had a Hellfire form where he like uses a bunch more fire stuff, and the last one was like Infernal, where he had like everything became like a little more demon themed.
Mhm.
I didn't really play, like, yeah, me and Brian didn't play enough to like
Get a feel for the different forms for the different
But-
characters.
the idea alone is really sweet, and it gives you like a little blurb about what each style does.
Yeah, like Sub-Zero in particular, like it changes the move set for the character. Like each form is a different move set, basically.
Yeah.
Like it has the bread and butter moves, but like Sub-Zero, I used this one form where his quarter circle back turned into an ice wall, so it sets up a wall that blocks projectile attacks. Whereas another one was like,
Yeah, and then I was using the Cryomancer, where the quarter circle back was like a charge move.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. I remember someone was telling me recently, like, "Yo, Mortal Kombat just pulled a Melty Blood." I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "They have like the moon system, like where every character has like different styles of play." I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
They had that in older Mortal Kombats, but like this is just so much smoother. It feels. Although I'm really stoked that they're kind of going back to their roots. This, like with the last Mortal Kombat game that came out,
Yeah,
that was, you could tell that they tried really hard to like pull everything back and be like, okay, we've been going into way too much nonsense right now. Let's go ahead and try and get to our original Mortal Kombat stuff.
right.
The level of fun I was having playing MK10 is about the same amount I had playing like Mortal Kombat 2. Like it's a step in all of the right directions. I'm really excited to see more about this game.
Now, question for you: the first trailer we had on MK10, it
Uh-huh.
showed Sub-Zero and Scorpion like coming out in the forest or whatever, and it transitioned so smoothly from what seemed to be a cinematic into the gameplay. And so the gameplay like had the same level of graphics as like the cinematic. Did it
Yeah.
still look like that?
that's yeah.
Yeah, that they kept that. The graphics of the game are absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
Another thing they did do was they made interacting with the environment a much more integral part of the game.
Yeah.
Where before it would just be like, oh hey, there's a spike pit over there. You should kick the guy in there, and that'll be that. Where now is you can like grab a tree branch and beat the guy over the head with it, or like grab a curtain and like throw it at them to distract them for a second or two. So the environment is now like a much bigger part of the actual Mortal Kombat, which
So like Injustice, kind of.
Yeah.
yeah,
Similar to
it's
Injustice.
similar to Injustice. Although I still have never played that.
The game's not great. Don't worry.
Okay.
One thing I want to bring attention to is actually the X-ray moves. Because
Oh,
holy fuck! I was playing as Cassie Cage, and I used the X-ray move on him. She literally like uppercuts him in the junk and bursts his nuts. Like, not there anymore.
Oh.
That must be the second like.
Then fucking beats her over the head with the butt of her pistol and like right up the bottom of his head, shoots him right in the face.
It was like in the eye.
Yeah, like right in the eye.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was.
That must be like the second bursted nut in a video game ever.
Yep.
Besides Blitz League 2.
Yeah.
And you know what? That wasn't even a fatality.
That wasn't a fake. That was just her fucking the guy up.
That was just a thing she did in the middle of the fight. Sub-Zero still beat Cassie at that, but not really.
Yeah. Who was the real winner? It wasn't the guy that lost his balls.
Sub-Zero has a brute one too. He like punches his hand into your stomach, rips out your guts, freezes your guts mid-air, and then shoves the icicle spear he made out of your intestines into your eye, and then breaks it in your skull, and that's not a fatality.
Man, this game sounds dumb, and I kind of want to play a little bit.
So is this next gen only?
Good. Although the fatalities, the one fatality that what's her name gave me was really cool for Raiden.
Yeah.
He just I don't remember how he does it, but he removes their head somehow.
Yeah, and then explodes their head midair.
Yeah, no, he pumps it full of electricity until their eyes pop out.
Oh yeah,
And
the
then-
eyes popped out.
And then he uppercuts the head into the air and then shocks the head until it bursts.
I mean, I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know that they're going for it. Like they're not fucking around with these.
No, they're not fucking
No,
around.
no.
This is serious business to them.
Yeah, no. Mortal Kombat is not fucking around anymore, and it's about time.
They have to just have hired the most fucked up people. So, do you like gross stuff? Can you think of the grossest? That's just an interview. Someone tell
ways
me.
to kill people in the most brutal fashion you could possibly imagine.
And that's
Exactly.
exactly what they did while still making an awesome fighting game.
Is this next gen only or what?
I hope not, because
Let me
then I'm
check. I
screwed.
don't believe it is.
I'm screwed out of this game if that's
Almost
the case.
positive it is.
Come on, guys! You are the ones at the expo. You should know.
I was too busy.
I asked about it
playing
literally. No, it's coming out on Xbox 360
Oh,
and
thank
PS3
God. Okay.
and Windows for some reason.
Wait, so Xbox 360, PS3.
Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows.
Okay.
All right. Thank God.
Huh.
So you got the bases covered.
It's so good. I was also really happy with Shadow of Mordor.
Oh yeah, that game is really cool.
Are we done with Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
or-
I think we've.
Okay.
Anything else you guys want to bring up about Mortal Kombat?
Or ask.
I'm really excited actually, but not right now.
All right. Cool. I think I wanked it pretty
Yeah,
hard
you've
there.
wanked that dick real hard.
I have to. That's my
I'm
childhood.
gonna have to clean up my screen now. It's covered in jizz.
Don't. Just let it soak.
Anyway,
What is- Ugh.
Lord of the Rings: Shadow of Mordor.
Oh my God, it was cool. Oh, the doubts I had, but it turned out to be the sweetest game.
That game is actually really impressive. It feels like the game plays a lot like Assassin's Creed, actually.
It's like Assassin's Creed if you combine it with Batman.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of elements of Batman Arkham in there, especially in the combat.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I thought was really cool about it was the way that the world continues around the character. So, what it is you're in the middle of this. Sauron is basically setting up before the events of Lord of the Rings, and there's all of these factions of orcs that are around, and these commanders and all these people underneath them. And your goal is to try to kill as many of these high-ranking orcs as possible. And the way you do that is by taking control of the lower-ranking orcs and getting them to work with you, and then killing off the higher ones and taking their power, until you make yourself powerful enough to take these high commanders out, and then get up to what you would hope would be Sauron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that seemed like pretty much the biggest hook for the game. That whole they have an actual flowchart in the game
They
It
do.
allows you to
like-
assess all these different relationships.
So like every time your character dies, then like the orcs will be fighting each other. So like one orc will kill another one to take its place as a higher rank, or like orcs will duel each other to increase their power or get higher ranks. So like the world will change around you as you die or as things happen.
Yeah, that seems to be like, if they can pull that off, it's going to be very, very impressive.
It
Which is
really,
why-
They did. I
it
feel
really
like they
seems
did.
like they did because it works really well.
Yeah, it's coming out at the end of the month, and it seems like that's the big game this month. Aside from Destiny, obviously, but you know.
Well, yeah. Also, I got Destiny today. I picked that up. I'm not going to be able to play it for 2
Oh,
weeks,
man.
but I have it.
The combat in that game flows so well.
Did you
Oh,
buy it, or did they give it to you?
What?
Did you
Oh,
buy
no,
it? Or
I
did they give it to
I
you?
bought Destiny. They didn't give that to me.
I thought, well, I mean, a little off topic, but I thought you were, like, kind of in between wanting to buy it or not wanting to buy it.
He was.
I broke down. There's enough hype behind it. I
Okay.
need to see where it's at.
I'm very content being in a wait and see mood because everything I've been hearing about the PR is just kind of fucked.
The PR, well, yeah, the PR.
Like,
was-
for like okay, first off, they didn't send out review copies. Early,
I think that was their own hubris, though, because they basically said, like, we know how good our fucking game is, and you're gonna buy it anyway, so fuck you. And they did.
and-
They sold $500 million worth of copies in 24 hours. So you know what? Fuck you anyway.
and then they were saying how like, well, we think the game doesn't begin until level 20, the level cap of the game.
I think most MMO type games say that, though.
This is an MMO. This is a shooter with online.
It's an MMO. Mike,
No,
don't
it's not.
kid yourself. It's
No, it's
online
not.
only. It's an MMO.
It is Borderlands Halo. It is Borderlo. Okay, it's just not MMO.
Wait, so I thought
You need an internet connection to play the game. You cannot play the game offline.
I don't like that very much.
like
That's a game you can easily play by yourself if you really want to. I understand the reasoning.
Well, they're
behind
not
that.
letting you, so
Bungie says no.
Oh, I know you're part of the PR there, Brian.
I'm not.
Hey, we're journalists now.
It's
Yeah.
like no, Brian's like next news
Spent my
story.
entire day talking to fucking PR people, so
Brian's next news story. He got hired by Bungie there. That was the next part of Gamestop
by the
Expo.
way, I work for Bungie now, so see you fuckers later. I don't need you guys.
But I mean, what's the main? I mean, okay, Borderlands had the story, and that's pretty much all you do in that game is just play through story stuff, and you can play with friends if you want. I thought that was a lot like. I thought that's what Destiny was too.
It's yes, there is like an actual dedicated multiplayer arena for characters that do stuff, and there's like raids that you're able to go on with other players, like actual multi-man raids where you have to go up against a big boss character at the end.
So it has
I
that-
heard the raids are not going to be active until next week, and also there's no matchmaking for the raids to kind of just find people around, which is fine. But in today's day and age, I know about that.
I think they're trying to foster a community in the game by people just talking to each other.
That's
The
either
internet,
really
the internet
well or
scares
really
me. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So it's basically Borderlands with MMO elements.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, it's not exactly like fully open world. A lot of it is like where you
Hub-based.
go to a certain area, and that area is an open area that you're able to. It has like live events, like fates, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one way of leveling up your character.
I still have the fear that like 8 hours in, you'll see everything there is to see in that game.
I haven't played it yet, so I don't know what there is to see, but it seems like a lot of people have been dumping a lot of time into that game.
See, considering it's a shooter, I feel like that's not going to matter so much as how fun the gameplay will be.
It's like Titanfall. I've spent
Yeah.
fucking 500 hours worth of Titanfall, but technically you've seen everything there is to see in that game in like.
But the thing is, like, Titanfall is more like 10, 20-minute bursts, not just like hours on end of play.
Well, if Destiny's real game does start at max level, then it's however time it takes at the max level plus exploring the content might not actually be 8 hours.
That's still scary. For a game supposed to be like as big as they're touting. There's just a lot of question marks with that game that I'm not ready to.
There are question marks that theoretically can be answered. It's just I don't have my Xbox with me to play it, so I can't tell you. Also, because no reviewers have actually finished the game yet.
No, not yet.
But
Which
it's
is
an
a
MMO, so you can't finish the
fine.
game, right?
It's been like 2 nights and a day, so I wouldn't expect so.
Yeah.
It's an MMO, so you don't finish the game, right?
Sure, yeah, no, you don't. You don't finish the game. This game goes on forever.
I mean, they theoretically could, I guess, if they wanted. Look, Call of Duty is dying to a point where people are going to stop caring about it a little bit unless they like really change the formula up. I think Destiny has the potential to be the cash cow that Activision wants to build up after Call of Duty starts falling down. The way that Call of Duty kind of became the next Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero was the next Tony Hawk.
Did
My-
you say
my
Guitar
question
Hero
is-
is the next Tony Hawk?
And that it got so inundated with yearly, monthly iterations that it just oversaturated itself and died. And I think
Alright.
Call of Duty is getting to that point too.
It's possible, but I
And
thought you
Def-
said they still make a hell of a lot of money though.
They do. They made less. They're starting to make less though, and they know it because Ghosts did well, but it didn't do Call of Duty well.
Okay.
It didn't live up to the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're not talking about. We didn't even play Destiny there. I'm not gonna spend my time playing a game that's already fucking out.
I
If you wanted to, you could
no,
have.
I know. I'm a bitch and didn't say anything. I got to play Mortal Kombat. I was perfectly content after that.
Yeah. Let's see what else. We played Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, that was cool.
Which one is that again?
Sunset Overdrive is the Xbox One exclusive game being made by Insomniac.
It's Tony Hawk meets Borderlands.
That's not the one where like you can drive around the entire world, right?
No, that's the crew. I played that too.
No, that's called Fuel.
What are you even saying anymore, Mike?
Fuel did that thing too.
What are you?
I don't. Stop bringing up dead things.
Okay.
But Sunset Overdrive is fucking nuts. It
Yeah.
was really nuts.
I had a top hat.
What they had us do in that game, the game is predominantly a single player game, and like the whole thing is you're able to fucking do ridiculous things and kill ridiculous monsters, like Left 4 Dead status zombie type monsters that have different classes and stuff. But it's this huge open world, and it's like you have these ridiculous Insomniac like Ratchet and Clank status guns that do different things that you're able to upgrade, and you do ridiculous shit. But they had us play the multiplayer mode, which is essentially a horde mode. And it's one way of like building up your character, but basically your score in that game isn't determined by how many things you kill, but how stylishly you kill them by like wall running and shooting people while on like grind rails and
Yeah.
fucking doing flips.
So Bulletstorm.
Yeah, like Bulletstorm.
Wow, this is not
Okay.
even a racing game.
What?
Are you on drugs?
Ruben, what are you talking about?
You're like, so we played Sunset Overdrive. I'm like, sounds like a racing game. That must be the racing game.
Ruben, I told you it was the crew was the racing game. Stop
I know. No. Like, I know, but like, so when you said that, I was like, oh, it must be some other racing game.
Oh, you mean like the 50 other one, like Project Cars and Drive Club and
Exactly.
fucking Crew,
What the
and
fuck are you even talking about right now?
they're all racing games that were at that convention, but we didn't play any of them.
I didn't notice a single goddamn one except for the crew.
Project Cars was in the Bandai Namco booth.
I thought that was down the street at Disneyland.
That's fucking Cars Land, you shit.
Anyways, continue about Sunset Overdrive now that I know it's a beat 'em up of some sort.
It's a shooter. It's like 100% a
It's a shoot 'em up.
It's a shoot 'em up
Shoot
where
'em up.
you do grinds and wall run and you do
We do
flips.
fucking fancy shit.
So it's Guns, the Duel, the Overdrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a top hat.
So, did you play Ratchet and Clank?
No.
Yes.
Fuck is wrong? Yeah, okay. It's the weapons are all like ridiculous Ratchet and Clank status
There was
weapons.
one that shot teddy bears.
There's one that shot teddy bears that explode.
It was called T and Teddy.
It was called T and Teddy. There was the Ahab that shot
That was my favorite.
that shot
It shot frozen harpoons. I was gonna do my pirate voice, but
The thing that I remember seeing is a gun that like every fourth bullet was like a giant nuke and it said boom in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right.
And then, like, there was a monster called a popper where it, like, gets close to you, and when it gets close to you, it explodes. But when it explodes, like, in orange fucking energy drink letters, it just goes pop, like, huge. If you get hit by that, then you get hit.
I like
The game is really stylish.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
it was cool. I really
What was the frame rate looking like?
The frame rate, I think it held up pretty well. It was like 40 frames per second.
Hmm.
It wasn't 60.
We're not there yet. Okay.
They've still got time before the game is released. They can clean it up. The one that they really need, the one that they really need to clean the frame rate up on for PS4 is the Crew, but I'll get to that later.
Is that next gen as well?
Yeah.
Like only or as well?
The Crew is
Only, I think.
as well. The Crew is going to be on. Actually, I think it's only 360. It's not going to be on PS3, but it's on PS4 and Xbox One. I think I read that.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but Sunset Overdrive is Xbox One only. Yeah, I was right. It's for PS4. The Crew is PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. No PS3.
suck at PS3.
Yeah.
It like I'm not even surprised because it's you have to completely reprogram like just the architecture of the game in order to make it work on a PS3. For all three of the other consoles, you can kind of just change the code around for that IDE with no big changes. I can totally understand why they wouldn't put PS3.
Yeah. Anyway, while we're fucking talking about the Crew, I'll talk about the Crew. That game didn't run very well. The content of the game itself was so much fun. Like, there were these crew missions where, like, you have to take down an opponent, and the four of you kind of have to work together to kind of get the guy and attack it enough to kill it. And then, like, the races are super fun because you can race from, like, Miami all the way to Chicago or something like that. It's 2 hours to get across the country, and the open world is like, holy shit, I'm actually driving in Miami, and suddenly I'm, like, driving on my way to fucking Houston, Texas or something like that. It's really cool. But that game was running at like 25 frames per second on PS4.
When is that game out?
November.
I mean, it's got some time, but it has to go gold in about a month.
Yeah.
So they have a lot that much time.
It's probably just a lot of stuff where they have to fix some of the architecture and some of the load pop-in stuff. But the game I could see running really well. Like I saw it played on PC. The game ran perfectly. They just have to do some optimization stuff. But as far as the game itself, the driving is really fast and responsive. There's a fuck ton of cars and a fuck ton of customization for those cars in the game. It's really impressive.
So what really sets this game apart from like something like Test Drive Unlimited?
It's actually the same developer.
Oh, nothing. Okay, never mind.
But what does set it apart is the fact that I don't want to bring MMO up again. It's an MMO, but it's not an MMO. There's so many players online at once, and it will bring all of them into your game at once. So you'll be able to interact with all of these different crews, which are like your clans in the game.
What's your goal in the game?
There's a story. It's starring. It has Troy Baker as the main character.
From what I've seen, it's like you're trying to work your way through like this underground race gang.
You know, like every racing game.
But the top dogs called the V7. You have to work your way from V1 up to V7 to fight the V7.
So it's
like, that's super dumb.
Wanted.
When are they ever gonna make a game where it's like street racing, but it's like the plot is the police are A-okay with you guys racing, so you just want to beat everyone else at racing? Yeah.
That was called Need for Speed Pro Street, and it was awful. So no, never again, Ruben.
But it's kind of like the Need for Speed game that came out near the Xbox and PS4 release. The what was it called? Rivals, right?
Yeah, Rivals.
Like that game, like sounded cool and everything. It was fun. And then 2 hours later, like I'm glad I didn't buy this.
I got it for Christmas. I beat it the other day. Like I actually finished the game.
Okay.
It was fun. You're right. It's a lot more fun in the racer career than it is the police career. I'll tell you that much. The police career didn't have any kind of stakes to it. It was just like try to do all the things. But the racer career was like if you got knocked out during your race, then you lost all of your progress on the thing. So you had to be very careful with the way you drove. And
Is it kind of like the police career is just pretty much burnout?
yeah, but not as cool as Burnout.
Which is like, hey, let's get another Burnout, but they won't do that because Need for Speed sells better than Burnout does.
Well, the fun part about Burnout was the fact that you're able to cause fucking wrecks off basically like one little tap, and you were able to cause like a 20-car pileup. With Need for Speed Rivals, they were going for more. It was more grounded, where it took like more hits, and it was more.
Don't see realism.
Somebody down.
I like Burnout. How it's like, oh, you hit some shit, you're going faster.
More boost. Man, I felt like Burnout Paradise was what, 2007? Or so?
It was definitely before Burnout Revenge.
2008, 2007, 2008, around there.
Burnout which?
Burnout Paradise.
Burnout Paradise. I was in high school. It must have been 2008 or so.
So, like, it's been. I mean, I know Criterion's working on a new game, but it's been like 7 or 8 years since a new Burnout, and we're long overdue.
Well, I think the big thing with Criterion is the fact that they got really tired of doing the Burnout franchise because it was the franchise that they did, and that's all they did. They tried Black. They did Black, but that was one game, and nobody wanted it anymore, sadly. So.
I like that game.
Brian, I think they got tired of being the best Need for Speed team in that company.
I think they got tired of being like the only one. They had They had Black Box, but Black Box fucked it up. So they're like, all right, guess who's in charge of all of Need for Speed now?
Yeah, because I feel like they're like, hey, you want to make a new Burnout? And they're like, that's a good idea. But you know what's better? Make another Need for Speed. That's what I feel like what the whole discussion was. So that's a shame.
You know, we would make a new Burnout, but we're kind of burned out.
Oh,
that's
why
Need for Speed. Now make one.
I just want to go on record saying I bought Black when I was younger, and I love that game, and I played it a lot. Okay, go on.
Oh, no, it's a great game. It was a lot of fun.
Was Black a game that was just, like, the cover was just bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is how Black was explained to me. There are two guys sit next to a barrel. Shoot the barrel.
Maybe. I was in high school, so I forget.
But I remember reading these, I think it was Game Informer articles on Black. They made it seem like the most progressive fucking shit in the world. It's like, oh, you can shoot the ceiling and bring the ceiling down on top of the guys, and you're like, that's not that fucking happen. God, man.
So yeah, that.
With the ceiling when you can just shoot the guys. What the fuck?
Right.
Interaction, Dwight. Interaction.
That was.
The interaction is the bullet going into the other guy and making him dead, and then my ball going on his face.
That's.
And in that game, when you reloaded, it would like zoom into the gun, and everything else would get all blurry.
Okay.
Yeah, Black was very much about shit happening because of bullets, not bullets killing people, and that's what made the game interesting.
Yeah, that game was pretty much gun porn.
It was gun porn. It was absolutely gun porn. That was what they were going for. That game was. It's about the guns, not the people.
You know who should make a Black 2, but it's never happened?
What?
The Just Cause team should make a Black.
Never. That would never happen. They would never get Black to Square Enix.
Or they're like the Red Faction team should make a Black 2, and use their whole engine and do that.
I have to agree. Well, I think you said it earlier. It's like no one wants more Black, and it's like, what's the point of making another Black? It's just gonna feel like people on the internet be like, another Call of Duty, blah 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 blah. Fuck shooters. That's all that's gonna happen if it tries to come out.
I mean, are they wrong?
But also, that game doesn't age well enough. Like, I don't see what the appeal part is from apparently just fuck everything up and whatever. Who cares?
Well, yeah, it's like in this day and age, that game's not gonna bring anything new to the table. They might as well make a whole new IP with something different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly derail this.
Okay.
I found more information on leaked information on Smash Brothers.
Okay.
May or may not be true or false.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad segue because we can talk about Super Smash Brothers next. But go on.
All right, leaked veterans, so characters from old games: Jigglypuff, Ness, Ganondorf, Mr. Game & Watch, Dr. Mario, Falco, Wario, and ROB. The leaked
Those are the characters in the leaked thing. So yeah.
Leaked newcomers is Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt Dog, yeah!
Dark Pit and Bowser Jr., which I think is kind of interesting.
Finally,
Simon Belmont.
waiting so long for Bowser Jr., and now it's come to fruition.
Okay. I guess I have to continue my boycott of Smash Brothers.
He refuses to play Super Smash Brothers until Simon Belmont is in it.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. Fuck me, right?
Don't worry, Dwight. I'm not gonna be getting the game either. Just because I don't own any console I could play it on.
I would, honestly, for Smash Brothers, I would buy the console just for the game. But you know what? Fuck yourself. We've got Pac-Man, Game & Watch, and what was the other one I hated?
Mega Man?
And Mega Man. Why do we not have a real character?
No, we have one. It's called Duck Hunt Dog. What the fuck more do you want from us?
Simon Belmont! Christ, I'll take so much.
Does he hunt ducks? Does he hunt ducks?
I just need a Castlevania thing. If they give me a Castlevania thing in this game, I'll be okay. But so far, I've gotten shit for dick when it comes to Castlevania. When we got
No, you didn't. You got Duck Hunt Dog.
I shit on.
You
Duck
know,
Hunt Dog.
the main character of Castlevania, Duck Hunt Dog.
How afraid would that game be if Duck Hunt Dog was the main character of Castlevania?
Oh
I can turn
god.
that.
That's pretty good.
Freaking. Oh god, what's his face? Mega Man. How is that character in that game? Please, Brian, tell me how that character's in that game.
You actually know. I don't remember the reasoning.
Mega Man in the game? I kicked its ass in Smash, but
Oh, me too.
its ranged character, as you would think Mega Man would be, I think its Final Smash is my favorite one, because it literally summons every iteration of Mega Man, like Mega Man.exe, Mega Man from Star Force, Mega Man X, Mega Man not Chibi. And it summons
We have
all
Mega
do
Man
like
Network Battle.
What?
Mega Man Network Battle.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Mega Man EXE.
Okay, let me rephrase that. How does Nintendo have Capcom's character?
Because Capcom gave it to him, same way that Nintendo had Solid Snake. Same reason Nintendo had Pac-Man.
Well, okay, who owns Solid Snake? Kojima.
Konami.
It's Konami. Yeah, Konami. That's right.
Why does Nintendo have Goku?
What?
Nintendo should have Goku. Say fuck it. Let's bring Goku for the fucking game, because who fucking cares at that point?
okay.
He's not really a
Make
video
it
game
like a
character.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom versus Nintendo game you all want.
I tell you what, we've already got Goku. His name is Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah. Sanic's in there. He's Goku.
Sonic
Not
is Super
even the
Saiyan.
same thing.
Huh?
We need Tatsunoko versus Capcom Smash Bros. Nintendo Edition, and just go nuts, okay?
Oh lord.
Can I just put my balls in a vice and do that instead?
If you want, but I also have my game. So
Yeah, no, we can have both. I
mean,
would
that's
rather
what you're
do
into. I'm
that.
not going to judge, but I'm just saying.
I like my balls in a vice. I don't know. It's a problem I'm trying to work out.
They're great.
Well,
Come on, don't
speaking
tell me
of-
that's the thing that makes you quiet.
Speaking of Smash, I'm gonna have this video on loop from now on. Let's put here.
I'm just curious. So when Nintendo just says "fuck it," we just have Master Chief now. Master Chief's in the game now. Fuck it, who cares?
I
I can't say-
Simon Belmont. That's all I'm saying.
When you bring in Wii Fit Trainer, you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel there.
I don't agree with that actually.
I think that was everyone loved that.
I thought that was really cool how they're taking like the weird peripheral characters and putting them into Smash. I thought that little
Because
animals.
they have to at this point.
I don't know. I do think that they can. There's other. I mean, like my Simon Belmont spiel aside, I do think there are a few other outlets for Nintendo to start bringing in other characters from.
You know who should be in the game next?
What?
Mother Brain.
That would be sweet. Although I think that'd be a little too hard. Let's go with Ridley first.
Yeah, fucking Super Smash Brothers conspiracy theorists talking about how Ridley is like definitely in the game.
Oh, I thought he loved the
With
aliens.
that joke picture I put up last time.
Oh god, that joke
Ridley.
picture is the fucking best.
Ridley takes up like 7 squares or something. Oh god.
I need to find-
Let's see. Oh, there's a whole freaking stream going on for Super Smash.
Of course there is.
Let's check this
There's
out.
always a stream going on for Super Smash.
No, I mean like for the new one. I think.
Right,
Do,
let's
do
take
they have
some
do they have
very-
Smash Ball spotlights happening right now?
We have Mario Brothers, Mario Verde, bitch, Boxer, bitch end. Ridley takes up 7 squares. Chef Ramsay.
Rey Mysterio.
Tiara Doodle, Fox, Coco, who's Goku,
Yeah.
Sad Face, which is Greninja,
Mm.
Teletubbies, Sonic, of course, Zelda Pequeña, Reggie, Galadriel, Zelda. Oh,
So
man.
the
Yeah,
3DS can output to like a TV or something.
It
Yes,
can
but-
with the proper equipment.
Hmm.
Hey, Ruben, are we streaming right now? Because I don't think our stream's on.
Oh no, I'm recording.
Oh, even better.
I
Because
stopped.
Riley was trying to listen, and I'm like, I don't think I...
Yeah, no. Twitch is a headache sometimes, especially since now they have the like anti. Just forget it. It's really too much of a hassle. Last couple times I used Twitch, it like downscaled everything to 360p. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but anywho, no, I put a stream of Japanese people playing the new Smash Brothers on the screen for the recording.
Wow.
Anyways,
That's streamception.
it is. So going on, what were your thoughts on Smash? You said you played it there, right?
Well, do you want to know about the 3DS one or the Wii U one?
3DS, because the only one that matters.
Whatever you guys figured out.
It was so lackluster for me.
It's Smash on 3DS, and that's everything you need to know about it. However you think Smash on 3DS is, that's exactly what it is. It's not exactly comfortable.
And that's what I thought. I was like, fuck the 3DS. Like,
It's
for
not
that
going to be
kind
a
of game.
competitive game on 3DS. It's more if you just want to play Super Smash Bros. On the go, then that's there for you.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm never gonna play the game when it's on 3DS. I'm gonna wait for someone we know to get it for Wii U.
Although I did,
So me? You're going to wait for me? Oh, great. Cool.
I did think that Greninja was super fun to play though.
Greninja
Well-
was really fun to play.
Oh no, Amanda might get it.
I guess, or if they're
Um,
just still living with those guys, we can.
I will say-
No, he won't.
Okay.
The thing that I really liked about Super Smash Bros. Was Smash Run mode. I think that's
Yeah,
probably the best idea they've had for Smash in ever.
that was.
Is this the one that I want to have fun mode?
That's the one. Have you played Kirby Air Ride? It's Kirby Air Ride for Super Smash Bros. And Kirby Air Ride was the shit.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't know how to. What?
So it's
Wow.
like it puts you in this world with a bunch of like random enemies that show up, and you're able to kill the enemies, and that raises your stats. So like you kill enemies, and it'll increase your attack power, or you kill more, it'll increase your defense power, your special ability power. So for 5 minutes, it puts you in this like giant arena where you fight like all of these different enemies from Nintendo games, and then it like increases your stats. And then after it's done, all 4 players that played it take everything that they gained in their stats, and then they fight each other. So that you, depending on how well they did and what kind of stats they increased, their abilities and their powers in the game are going to
So you're saying it's a MOBA?
be kind of.
It sounds like to me a multiplayer online battle arena.
Well, it's not like they meet each other in the thing. It's their own world where they're increasing their character, and then at the end they all meet up and then they fight. They're not all fighting together in one world. It's a single player experience where you increase your character that leads into them fighting each other in a multiplayer mode.
I see. But after that, it's multiplayer online battle arena.
Sure.
Okay, at that, look, okay, fucker, at that rate, can we just call every fighting game a MOBA? With online capabilities, at
If
least.
we're going by pure semantics, yes.
Okay, if we're going
But
by
not by the connotation at this point.
if we're going by pure sublantics, then I'll take it.
This is getting really retarded. Brian, please talk more about GameStop Expo before
Oh,
we
look, I can
derail too hard.
You don't even realize how down I can bring the intelligence on this fast.
All right.
I will either scare listeners away or I will have them flock to you.
Can I just talk about how Bayonetta 2 is still
Please.
just...
Oh, please. That's my jam right there.
I want to see all those costumes she has.
If you don't like Bayonetta, you're not going to like Bayonetta 2, but you've got to be like one of the 5 people that didn't like Bayonetta, which Dwight is one of the 5 people that...
I just never played it. I didn't understand.
At one point, I fought an angel, like one of the giant angels, on top of a jet fighter that was flying against another jet fighter with another witch on it. And then I beat the angel by, like, getting on a train and fighting it on that train. Then I killed the angel by summoning a demon out of my hair. Then the demon was a bigger thing than the angel and ate it and turned rogue, so I had to fight the giant demon by summoning an even bigger demon to eat that demon.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I need to buy a Wii U for this game.
No, Brian. No, Brian. In the context, I mean, I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. What the fuck, yeah.
Oh, I need a Wii U, like, right now. I'm going to
And the
Target.
entire time, it's like the most refined Bayonetta gameplay you can possibly imagine.
Oh, fuck them all. Okay, so, Brian, any hints,
Yes.
any hints whatsoever at them maybe porting it to another console down the
No, it was funded by Nintendo. Nintendo has that game. Nintendo literally put up funding for that game, so Nintendo owns that game.
I hate Nintendo so much right now.
No, Ruben, you're gonna have to buy Bayonetta 2 and then ask Amanda to borrow her Wii U for a weekend.
No, I'm gonna get it from Jason. He'll let
Or
me
that.
borrow it when I buy the game.
Yeah, it's not to see Bayonetta is continuing being absolutely fucking crazy. So I'm glad to hear it.
Dude, they gotta, like, live up to MGS5 for Vengeance, and then more.
I'm
That's-
pretty sure they're gonna skip right on past that. I have no.
Mike, you're the only one that didn't like that game out of us.
Okay.
What?
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
For Vengeance.
That game is okay.
Well, I mean, like, out of the three.
Yeah.
Because Ruben played it, and he fucking loved it.
That game
Yeah,
is okay.
I beat it in, like, 2 sittings. And that was only because I could not beat it in 1 sitting. I was like, if I could keep playing this game, I would, but I need to go do shit.
Yeah, Mike, you're the only one out of the three of us that played it that didn't like it.
See,
That game is okay.
I've been playing Metal Gear Solid. I've been playing Metal Gear games since about as long as I could hold a controller. And the way Metal Gear Rising looked, it just didn't. It wasn't Metal Gear to me.
It's not.
Oh, it's not Metal Gear.
Not even a little bit.
It's not even close to Metal Gear. It's a good time, that's what it is.
You have to like those kind of combo-based action
But
games.
at
like
the same
Bayonetta.
time, it is very Metal Gear. Like it is incredibly
The
Metal
story
Gear.
is incredibly Metal Gear. The story is very, very Metal Gear.
It's got...
But the gameplay is not.
Okay.
Yeah, the gameplay's not. Like, it's got the... What's the word? Like, the quirks of Metal Gear, like, the comedy and, like, the style of Metal Gear, but
Go
the
Ninja, go
gameplay-
Ninja, go.
The game is nowhere near Metal Gear.
There's no stealth. It's action. It's
But
an
it
action
sounds
game.
like Bayonetta 2 is doing a good job at, once again, upping the craziness ante.
I don't know much about Bayonetta, but from what I saw, it did go take things to an insane level. And I thought it was pretty cool. Actually, I might have to
Just
check
better
out this one.
Yeah, the first one's on 360 and PS3.
Mm.
The PS3 version is the worst, though, so...
Fucked up, yeah.
You can play the 360 version one-handed, right?
That's actually a misconception. That's not a real thing.
Um,
They didn't have a one-handed mode for it. That was just a joke that somebody made at one point.
I
And it stuck.
Technically, they did.
What?
You can just hit the triangle button over and over again on easy mode, and then she just does shit.
In a
So-
way, that's like a
they-
one-handed mode, yes.
Yeah.
This
So-
new character select screen in the new Smash looks really basic as shit. But it's probably just a
They're not-
3DS one.
Well, it's... What they have there is not a final copy of the game, so...
I also don't want a super complex, intricate, like Shazam-y character select screen.
Well, something new and like maybe like make the characters models in the portraits like 3D and moving or something, like something interesting. This is like a paper mache cutout with a gray background.
I personally...
That's
like,
how Smash has always done
Yeah,
it,
I
though.
personally really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Come on, go above and beyond.
Sakurai, literally every game that Sakurai has ever made has been about minimalism as far as UI is concerned. It was the same thing with Kid Icarus Uprising.
Mm,
Sakurai doesn't do bells and whistles when it comes to UI.
clearly. All right. Next up, what'd you guys do after that? So are you guys into day 2? You're in day 2, right? This is all day 2.
Well, day 2 is the only day,
Yeah.
technically. Day 1 was, like,
Registration.
they had tournaments and it was registration. But we
Yeah.
didn't do any of the tournaments and the registration was just registration.
Right. I actually want to... Okay, really quick while it's on the tournaments. So I have a tournament thing up, and so the 4 categories are kids categories, teen categories, adult categories, and adult premium categories.
Please
No.
tell me what no premium is.
Adult
It
premium
was just Titanfall.
is
Adult
literally
Premium
just
was
Titanfall.
Because they actually had like a real Titanfall tournament there, like for money.
The only
like one-on-one.
No, it was still team versus team, but it was
like teams.
It was a $20 buy-in, and like you actually, yeah, really, it was a $20 buy-in, and like you actually won money for winning it. So.
Well, I have it right here. It's 16 teams of 6. Prize $100 gift card game. $100 gift card plus the game plus a PDP wireless headset and limited edition Titanfall bundle. Now,
plus you get Titanfall again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
You get a copy of the game, and you get a bundle with the game on the Xbox.
Now the VIP
Can you sell the game right then for store credit?
That'd be funny.
Probably.
But
That's
no,
what I would do.
The adult premium for Titanfall is the only one that had a VIP fee. The actual buy-in for general admission, Brian, was $40.
Wow.
For you, it would have been $20. But every other tournament,
I checked the thing to see. They asked if I wanted to enter any tournaments, and all of the tournaments were free for me to enter.
Yeah. No, I was gonna get to that. Every tournament is free for VIP, $20 general admission. Titanfall is the only one that for VIP it's $20 and general admission it's $40, according to this.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
for
right.
kids category, it's Mario Kart 8, Brawl, and then teen is Injustice, Madden NFL 15, Hey Mike High Five. Mario Kart 8
I find
again.
it funny that I see like these grown ass men and like playing Brawl with these little kids. That's what's happening in my mind's eye right now.
Well, it's okay. Brawl has a teen category as well, and then UFC UFC, and then regular adult is once again Injustice, NFL 15, Brawl, UFC, but Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Halo 2 Anniversary Edition.
No, NBA 14, huh?
Nope.
Okay, I see how it is.
But yeah,
It's
I
too
thought it was
old
funny.
school.
Apparently so. Even though the game's better than Madden ever hopes it can be. Yeah, so but whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm on a site right now. Go check it out.
What? Oh, your Madden review.
Yeah, that game's alright.
You did say that. You wrote 2,000 words about how it was all right.
Yep, I totally did.
How it was just alright.
It's just alright.
Just simply alright.
Have you realized that literally 2/3 of the reviews we put up for games on our site so far have been "it's all right"?
Would you really call Gundam alright?
I start reviewing things and I'll rip things new ones.
If there's something you need to review,
Hey, I'm pretty sure my PSO2 review was fucking shining like a bald person's head.
It was. It was.
okay, yeah, your PSO2 review was shining, but my Elder Scrolls review, my Dynasty Warriors Gundam review was "it's all right." The Madden review, "it's all right."
Your Persona review is pretty
Oh, my
spectacular.
Persona review is fucking golden because
Ha!
Anyways.
because it's the greatest fighting game of all time ever. So
Brian, go fuck yourself.
It's true.
Rick
Go
will
on.
back me up.
Okay. So what else, Brian? We're an hour and 12 minutes into this.
Speaking of Persona, let's talk about Persona Q, Shadows of the Labyrinth.
Please.
Have you played Entry and Odyssey?
That's what. Wow! I'm so glad you said that because someone else told me the exact same thing today. They're like, so that game's Etrian Odyssey Persona style.
It is. It's Entry and Odyssey with a Persona skin and Persona gimmicks. Each character, like, you have 5 characters in your party now, and it can be any of the characters plus the new character, which is 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
And they all are able to have 2 personas on them. Their main character persona, so like Narukami gets Izanagi, and Yosuke.
You could go, I guess, like Kanahara Sakuya or something like that.
Yeah. And then when you go into the Velvet Room, each character is able to hold a second persona that gives them more abilities. But the dungeons are played from the first person, so you move in a first-person perspective, and you kind of have to draw the dungeon as you go.
That was how Persona 1 on PSP was.
Yeah, but better. Like, the actual gameplay in this is still Persona, very much like the actual
So then how do you get, like quick attacks, like, on enemies that are in the dungeon, then?
You don't. It's random. Like, you don't see the enemies.
Oh, random? Oh, I don't know how much I like that.
They spawn randomly.
I don't like that very much. I don't know about that.
Well, the game, if you've played any of the Etrian and Odyssey games, the games are a lot more methodical than the Persona games are in the way that you explore dungeons. Because it's not about just burning your way through the dungeon as quick as possible. It's about, like mapping out the floors on the bottom screen to make sure you're going the right way, because the map doesn't automatically fill itself. You draw it as you go so that you know like how things are and where things are in the dungeon.
Huh.
And then like monsters randomly appear because you're supposed to be taking the time to kind of hold on to or like learn how the dungeon works.
Guys, quickly, I have to say this. So I'm watching the stream. This guy's playing Palutena,
Yeah.
and he does a move that makes her pole dance or whatever. Pauses it right in the middle of it, changes the camera right to look up her dress, and then takes a snapshot. This guy's so fucking Japanese.
I love video games, you guys.
Great. Cool.
I love video games.
Go on.
Anyway, so Persona Q.
Are you saying there's panties in a Nintendo game?
There's actually nothing there. I have no idea what he got out of it.
Oh,
sure. I
thank
still
God.
saw nothing.
Jesus.
So Persona Q is looking really good.
That's good.
It's
No, I was
the
saying like
cutest looking M-rated game I've ever seen, though.
if I had a
Is that-
3DS, I'd probably get it.
I'm rated. What the fuck?
It's rated M. It's not rated T. So it's full on Persona,
I see.
but also it's a canonical entry somehow.
I guess if you're having a game where kids shoot themselves in the fucking head, you can't really have in T, can you?
Wait,
Yeah.
it can't be canonical. Are you serious?
It's canonical, yeah.
Where? After...
So are you saying that it's a sequel to Persona 4 Arena?
No, that's Ultimax.
No, it's a time thing. Like it, I don't know how to explain it. It takes place during the Culture Festival, actually.
So is
Between
before
what game?
Arena?
Yeah, before Arena,
But it's after 4.
during 4.
During
and
4?
they meet the P3 protagonists during it.
Yeah, because it takes place during this time thing where time stops and it brings them all together into this like huge dungeon.
That doesn't
It's a time
actually...
that moves between 3.
so it's like-
they're playing with the characters from Persona 3 during the events of Persona 3.
So it's like Tartarus from 3, but
No,
Yeah.
Brian, that can't be... It cannot be canonical. It literally cannot be, because that means they would have to write it...
The actual director of the game said it was a canonical entry in the franchise.
You can still bullshit that too. That's
But no.
not, you know, that's not.
You can't retrofit that into the story when clearly Persona 4 Arena and 4 never mention it ever happening. You
Right.
can't do that.
Clearly they can, because they definitely did that with Persona the Golden.
Oh, they just bullshitted. I see how it is. They said, okay, just say this is bullshit. You can just said that, Brian.
Well,
Make-
hold
make
on.
that
What
thing.
did they do in Golden?
They added a character to it, and
Oh,
they
I
added
know.
that character to
Marie.
Persona Arena. Murray. They made Murray a main character in that game that wasn't in the original Persona 4.
But they rewrote Persona 4 to add her in.
Yeah, and they're rewriting the entire franchise again to add Q in.
That's fucking. I don't. Okay.
So you're saying when Ultimax comes out in America and we play it story mode for once in English, we might see a reference to Q?
We might, yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if we will, though, because the game is coming out before Q does in the US, which is odd, so...
I'm not sure how I feel about that kind of just blatant retconning. Kind of completely unabashed, unapologetic retconning of your entire series.
It wouldn't be the fucking first time anything did it.
It sounds a lot...
But I would think Persona's above that shit, but I guess I'm incorrect.
I just preferred it as a spin-off.
Let me see if I
Yeah,
can...
that's what I thought.
It's not a spin-off, they said. At least the girl that was working at the booth said it wasn't. And I've read somewhere before... that it was a canon entry.
The girl that was attempting to translate said it wasn't, but we don't know how good she is at her job.
I've got it. Here's a Silicon Era, reliable-ish news source for video game journalism-based stuff. A Silicon Era news story from the director saying it was a canon entry. So here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Read that if you want.
I don't like that. I don't like that very much. But I mean, at the same time, fuck all that shit. Where's Dancing All Night? That's a premiere of some game coming out.
The bag I got is a Dancing All Night bag.
Yep.
And where's that game at?
It's coming out next year.
Fuck everything.
Yeah, okay, so it might be a memory thing, too, because it says, the end of the article says, the biggest takeaway is that Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth is canon, a representative from Atlas USA explained. However, the representative could not explain why the game is canon, since that would be a spoiler.
Yeah. If they
Oh,
do, like...
they're gonna lose their memories. That's the end of the game. I see how it is.
True. Like that...
Yeah, that's not, there's a canon. It's all this is gonna happen, in the game, but they're gonna forget it all happened by in the game.
Or they all go to a parallel universe.
That could be it too.
But that doesn't explain how it wouldn't be referenced in Persona 4.
Because they wouldn't. Because
All I know is that the gameplay actually takes place during the cultural festival in Persona 4. Like, that is certain to me, because I
They're
played...
fucking too busy going on stage and doing like mixed sex pageants. How did they find time to do that shit?
All I know is the Velvet Room is the fortune-telling room.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Is Jack Frost in the game?
Yes, of course.
Okay, it better be. Good.
So, that was Persona Q. It's fascinating. I'm going to buy it.
Mm-hmm. We
Persona
all know George is going to.
If I had a 3DS, I probably would.
Persona 4 Arena is still, you know, the best. Ruben has already told us about that on a different cast.
Oh yeah, girl.
Where's that review at, Ruben?
Yeah,
I decided to wait till the English for a few reasons, but I don't want to go into it now.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, there's not much I could say about it that we haven't already gushed about it on, so I'm just gonna say it's still fucking wonderful.
Can I still throw fans?
Yes.
10 out of 10. All right, moving on.
Evolve. Let's go to Evolve.
Oh, yeah, let's go to Evolve. Yeah, I'm still here, by the way.
Hey, Dwight, what's up?
Not too much. How you doing today, my friend?
Pretty good.
Now that we're done talking about our weeaboo games,
Look, different strokes for different folks and all that. Just not my cup of tea, so I'll stay quiet during those conversations. Because I'm a gentleman.
yeah, right.
Yeah, man, I put the ass in classy, okay?
So I'm going to be giving away some of these on the site, but I have like a ton of Evolve beta codes.
Them out pretty hard.
We walked up to the booth. They're like, "You want Evolve alpha codes? Here's 4 of them." I'm like, "Okay." Then we beat we lost, but we played the game, and then they're like, here's some Evolve alpha codes. I'm like, I already have 4 of them. He's like, I don't fucking care. Just take them.
No, you just say no. Okay, yeah, sweet, awesome, more of them. I mean, my first code. Thank you, sir.
So I've got 7 of them, and Dwight has 8.
When did they say the alpha was going to happen?
It doesn't say in particular. You just sign up for it going to a website, and then you type in the code, and then they'll email you like an actual beta key when the game is beta.
Okay, we'll go ahead and post those things to our personal chat, and we'll look into it.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
But they also handed out like a ton of games, but that's something else entirely. We're talking about Evolve.
How about Evolve? You have Evolve now. You just can't say anything.
So
it was beautiful. I loved it.
You want to talk about a game that feels like a MOBA? Evolve feels like a MOBA, kind of. It's a shooter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know. Yeah.
I like the way that game is set up a lot, because the way that it works is it sets the 2 players on opposite sides of the map, and then the 4 player characters have to find the monster first, but there's a lot of wildlife just around in the game that will try to kill you. And when you get kills off them, some of the epic beasts will have like bonuses and buffs attached to them. So you pick up those buffs as you go along, and that makes your character stronger. So by the time you fight the monster, you're not hopelessly underpowered, because the other 2 players didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Awful. I mean, no one wanted to listen to the guy with the eye patch telling them to harpoon the white whale.
Yeah.
You listen to Captain Ahab when Moby Dick is there. Captain Ahab will go down, but so will that white whale.
And the thing is, also the monster can also feed off wildlife to level up as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's the 2 sides are building together simultaneously. So when they finally do meet, it's this struggle where one side is trying to take out the other side in like a game of cat and mouse almost.
You know what though? I feel like we would have totally had that if the guy who was playing the monster hadn't already watched a bunch of videos and just went for the medic first.
That's right. The guy that was playing the monster had watched a ton of videos about the game beforehand, so he already knew everything. And
yeah,
we were going into it raw.
We heard him talk about it.
And he gave it to you raw, huh?
He did.
He fucked up. Well, he attacked our medic, who had no idea what she was doing. So he attacked our medic first, and then we were fucked. Like, that's just what happened.
Yeah, no, that was it. I tried to be the guy to light him on fire.
But what's interesting about that game is each of the classes has 2 characters, and the 2 characters have slightly different builds. And then you're able to take an ability at the beginning of the game, one of 3, which does different things. Like the one I did was, I was the hunter, which gave me the ability to put down sound spikes. So if anything makes a sound nearby it, then it goes off and it shows me.
Yeah.
And I had a harpoon gun, where if I shoot it with a harpoon gun, then it slows the monster down and debuffs it a little bit. And then I had an SMG, which did damage to the monsters. But I was able to take a third ability, or like an extra ability at the beginning of the game, and there were a couple of options. I took one that regenerated my health if I didn't get hurt for long enough. But there was also one that like increased my damage output for the SMG, and one that like changed my harpoon around so it did some damage on top of slowing the monster. So each of the characters and the way that they play in each of the classes is subtly different ways that you're able to make.
It was sweet. Yeah.
Were you able to see any of the PC version?
No. We were playing
Xbox One.
Xbox One version.
Yep.
Okay.
It was such a solid game. You know, I feel like
That's what I would say. It's a very solid game. That game is going to be a critical darling when it comes out, I guarantee it.
You know, I feel like
You mean like a critical D?
Yeah, a critical D.
You know, I feel like I had so much fun playing all these games because I did so well in each of them.
Yeah, Dwight fucking kicked ass. I did shitty.
Yeah, no, like every game we walked up to, I would kick somebody's ass.
Except for the one that mattered.
Except, oh god,
We can go into that after Evolve.
The shame and dishonor.
But yeah, Evolve is a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward. It needs balance. It definitely needs balance. That game is very unbalanced as it stands right now, but that's why they delayed the game to next year.
Unbalanced how?
Unbalanced in that if the medic dies, then the team's dead no matter what. No matter how, if 3 people are alive or nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
That's funny. So
There's no way for a player to sustain himself without the medic, is the point.
the game is like 4 players at once.
Yeah, it's 5 players. It's 4 players and 1 person playing the monster.
Right. So since it is instanced play, much like I guess Destiny, because topical.
It's Titanfall. It's like Titanfall in that it's matches. You go into a match and it's 1v1.
What's like? Where does replayability come out in this game?
The same way that you would replay Titanfall. It's a multiplayer game.
Level up, more guns, better perks and shit. Okay.
I don't know about that. It was hinted at actually.
The game isn't like near complete yet because it's not coming out till like mid next year, but
February next year.
Yeah, early next year then. So I think they're still implementing a lot of that stuff. I think they're making a lot of changes to it. So what we saw wasn't nearly a complete build. So I imagine, they're going to have some sort of progression system in that.
Right. Sounds cool. Looking forward to the beta.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Beta.
So anyway, Dwight wanted pretty much everything, but there was one thing that mattered, and it was the Far Cry 4 sumo wrestling.
Oh god, it hurts.
What it was they had a steel cage up in the middle of the Far Cry 4 section.
Are you fucking with me right now?
I'm not shitting you. This is real.
This is a real thing that
God, this is a convention, all right.
Then you're able to enter a bear suit, a white tiger suit, or a honey badger suit. And then you get up in that cage and you sumo wrestle. And Dwight did it. Didn't win.
I won one. I got a single round.
Was it just pushing each other out of the circle?
It's just pushing, yeah. They wouldn't let me do anything else.
No hitting, no scratching, no grabbing.
Well, keep in mind, there's got to be a lot of regulations in place or something like that, I'm sure. They're already on thin ice having people, like, doing physical
Did you just sign a waiver at any point?
You had to sign a waiver.
I didn't, actually.
Wow, they let you in without signing a waiver?
Do you want to know the pisser, too?
What?
I actually hurt my ankle up there.
Oh boy!
I don't remember. I think it was like the 4th or 5th. I was like hopping around on my right foot. Yeah, I fucked up my ankle pretty good there.
Great. Wow. Cool. Wonderful.
So who do I sue now?
GameStop.
Watch you guys never get VIP passes again.
We gave you one chance.
I'm not suing, by the way. It's fine.
That was nuts.
I was so upset. I'm still upset. I'm still salty.
Like,
How was the actual game, you guys?
Oh, for Far Cry 4?
I didn't
Yeah.
play the game.
I played it a little bit. It's Far Cry. You like Far Cry?
I love Far Cry.
It's more Far Cry.
Great, awesome. I want to buy that.
Monsters and elephants and shit. Well, not monsters, but monsters are elephants. You get to ride elephants and monsters and shit.
Grand, I want that. Can I ride a tiger?
Monsters are elephants.
Yeah, monsters are elephants. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But no, I don't know. I don't think you can ride a white tiger. You can definitely let the tigers loose. They'll fuck shit up.
Oh, that was my favorite tactic in Far Cry 3. I love Far Cry 3 where I would basically try to break into a camp. I would just find near tiger aggro it and just fucking haul ass through the camp. And they'd be like, oh, what the fuck? Where's he going? Oh, fuck, tiger! And the tiger would go ahead and just ran and ruckshot through that entire camp. It was really great.
So if you like Far Cry, you're gonna like Far Cry 4. I guarantee it. 100%.
You're only gonna
Okay.
like the sumo bullshit if you're 4 feet tall and like 280 pounds, like that fuck was.
So what was the reason for them having that there?
I have no
They were like,
fucking clue.
the game about sumo wrestling or something?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. They were in like animal suits, so it might have been like a honey badger fights a tiger in the game or something like that.
Oh.
But other than that, no.
Do you wrestle a bear?
I didn't in the demo. There might be. I don't fucking know.
I'm salty.
I have no clue why a sumo wrestling thing was there for Far Cry 4. I haven't the slightest idea.
It was there because I had to lose at something.
That was the reason. You got it.
Yep.
Was the Division there?
No.
Oh.
Ubisoft's booth was only Assassin's Creed and what was the other game I played at the
Oh god.
Ubisoft booth?
Rabbits go home.
Oh,
No.
New Rabbits.
Rabbits.
A new Rayman 2.
It wasn't Rayman.
God, can you just stop naming? Can you just stop saying words? Like none of this shit like computes. What are you saying?
They have Rainbow Six Vegas Assault.
Well, there was Far Cry, there was The Crew, there was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, how do Unity look?
Multiplayer. It looked multiplayer. It was very... Again, like, I keep saying this, but Unity doesn't impress me. Rogue looks cool. It's more of Assassin's Creed 4. Rogue is more of Assassin's Creed 4, but it's got a better protagonist, and it's fucking nuts.
But
it's in the Arctic. There's penguins and polar bears and shit.
You
But
said Rogue's the one where you play as like the Templar.
Yeah, you play as a Templar in Rogue.
But I've wanted dream a dream of time gone by, and I can't do that on the high seas.
Can you?
You fight the French in Rogue.
Is there
the French and
Okay, yeah, because that's gonna be hard.
Is there a sea shanty of Anne Hathaway singing? I was
like, they added 20 new sea shanties to that game. 20 of them.
Anne Hathaway has to be in at least one.
There wasn't any of those. I swear to God, there was a game right next to the Assassin's Creed thing that we played that I had a lot of fun with.
Oh no, it wasn't the shitty Dark Souls-esque game I played.
No, that
What
was...
other games are there Ubisoft has? They have The Division, Assassin's Creed, now Rainbow Six.
Are you talking,
It wasn't Rainbow
are you
Six.
talking about The Enemy Within?
No, that was also shitty, but we'll talk about that.
Enemy Within, isn't that the
Shinji
not-
Mikami game, yeah. It's
yeah,
not
that
good.
one.
He said
It's
evil.
not a good game.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a bit. I just need to figure out what the fuck it was.
I need to mentally prepare for that one.
Game. Can we just... Yeah, list of Ubisoft games. Let me just... I know it might not have been a Ubisoft game, but it was like right next to their booth.
Who's publishing that Ninja Theory game, the new one?
Can we get this like not set up by
Alphabet?
name? I want it by year. Fucking whatever. Let's...
But I think you can. You can.
Oh, thank you. In the meantime, while I figure this shit out, Watch Dogs.
No, that's
No. It must not have been a Ubisoft game. It must have been something else, but it was right next to the Ubisoft booth. I don't remember What, that?
It was sweet.
Anyway, yeah, let's talk about the enemy within.
Evil Within.
Or the evil within.
I keep doing that too. Don't worry, it's a good song.
The front then.
I want that game to be a good survival horror game, but it's not a very good survival horror game.
So what is that game?
Do you know Resident Evil 4?
Yes.
Plays almost exactly like Resident Evil 4, but not good.
So you mean Shadows of the Damned?
Shadows of the Damned was more of an action game, though, wasn't it?
No, it was like it was RE4.
It wasn't going for survival horror, though. This game is like legitimately going for survival horror.
Well, neither was Resident Evil 4, really.
Yeah, not really. It was more of an adventure. The thing is, like, when you say survival horror with, like, hard to aim, bad controls, you make it sound like Resident Evil 1.
Or like Silent Hill.
Or...
But the thing is, like, it had the same kind of formula that Resident Evil 4 had. It was just much clunkier, much slower.
It wasn't isometric, and it wasn't like the controls were intentionally faulty to increase tension. It was just bad controls. Was the problem. Like, the controls felt clunky because it felt like a bad third-person shooter.
They were all, like, the layout of the layout of everything was just super weird and kind of awkward.
Yeah, and the jump scares that it supposedly was supposed to have weren't scary. They had a thing that, like, insta gives you when it walks around, but it was so easy to get away from. It wasn't even a problem. The gross out stuff, like, was there, but it didn't elicit very much emotion.
I'll say that at least part of the problem for me was I think it was just not the environment to play it in.
Yeah, like in the middle of an expo center isn't the best place to play anything that's going for scares. That's why I wanted to do the alien isolation thing. We fucked that up because we didn't get there in time. But in Alien Isolation, we didn't get to do the demo, but they actually like put you inside of an alien egg that was blacked out inside, so you were literally playing alone with nothing else going on outside, and you could only hear the game. That looked cool. We didn't get to do that, but that looked really cool.
Were there any Oculus Rift stuff there?
No, none.
That's kind of a surprise.
It's GameStop Expo, not TGS or E3. So basically, what I'm gathering from you, Brian, is that you think there's a lot more faith being put in Silent Hills over this game at the moment.
100%. Silent Hills, even the PT was a better game than the Evil Within.
Even the game where you do nothing but walk around a hallway was a better game.
Yeah, because it got the setting right, at least.
Yeah.
It managed to be scary. The Evil Within wasn't scary.
Right.
I didn't even think it was really that cool. Like, I could not get over the controls.
Now, Evil Within is made by the original...
It's made by Bethesda. It's directed by Shinji Mikami.
Who was the original Resident Evil director?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first game Shinji Mikami has done since Resident Evil 4.
It's too bad that it doesn't look good at the moment because, I mean, he was the one who made the so-called good first 4 Resident Evils for the haters who don't like fun games.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb and say the only good Resident Evils out of the first 4 was like 2 and 4.
There's a lot of people who like the first
3 wasn't very good. I didn't like 3 much.
That's what I'm saying.
What about 0? Is 0 3 in this math here?
Zero's, well, I mean like straight up 1, 2, and 3, not the spin-off. Not 0, not Code Veronica, not that stuff. I mean, although, those are not bad games. Well, we'll go on. But yeah.
The Evil Within is...
I didn't have fun with it.
I didn't have fun with it either. I don't think it's going to be very good. It's not... The game isn't out yet. The rest of the game could be pretty good. They could get settings right, but from what they showed from the demo, if that's reminiscent of the entire game, it's not a very good game. It won't resonate very well with people.
I have hope for it. I think that it's going to be a lot better than what we saw. There were a few hiccups in what they decided to show us and where they decided to show it. Where they decided to show.
The other problem with it was that I felt it was kind of tedious. Like, it was a lot of walking around the house back. Because, like, it starts you off, and then you go into a door, and then you find a knob, because you have to get the knob to turn a thing. And then you probe a brain, then it fills a thing on another, like, a different door. And then you have to go upstairs and find the second knob to open the knob that opens the third part for the door, but the second part of the door is up where the second knob was. Then you had to go back downstairs, put the 2 knobs on the thing, open that up, which led to the third part to open the other door to get into the thing to finish the demo.
See, I didn't even fucking do all that. I just kept running out of bullets and getting frustrated because there was fucking nothing for me to do.
I managed to get so far as I got both of the knobs and I filled 2 of the red things to open the other door, and then I was like, I don't really want to finish this demo. There's other stuff I could be doing right now.
Yeah. Like playing Alien Isolation.
Which we never did.
We never did.
So the game feels tedious. At least the demo felt tedious.
But, honestly, that's the same kind of shit that was in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't opening a door to open another door to open a third door.
There were some parts in Resident Evil I can think of right now that were like that.
I don't remember it being quite that bad.
Maybe it's because there was more investment in 4.
Maybe.
Because
the setting at least had
yeah,
more depth to it than just walking around a house.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can agree on that. What else did we do or play? Did we talk about Shadow of Mordor yet?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We played Heroes of the Storm.
I've already played Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, he's already in the alpha for that. I played it for the first time. I played as a Murloc.
I liked it. I had a lot of fun.
What
I
character?
think that's the only MOBA I would ever play.
What character do you play as?
He played Murky.
I played Murky.
Who?
Murky, the Murloc.
From
Warcraft.
Warcraft? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that was a possibility.
I didn't either, but then I saw a Murloc
Yeah, no,
there.
there's like 3 Murloc characters.
Oh, wow.
I saw a Murloc. I'm like, I want to play the Murloc. I like Murlocs.
I fucking was happy playing the Elite Torn Chieftain. Like the metal band Elite Torn Chieftain.
Wow, is that really a thing?
No, yeah, he's got like 3 guitars, and one of his guitars is shaped like an axe. That's what he uses for attacks.
Great.
He's got like a power slide, a power chord. He plays a riff to heal people, and then for his ult, he like starts a mosh pit, or does a stage dive, and he can like teleport anywhere on the map.
Oh, that game is a little bit ridiculous.
It's a Blizzard MOBA. I think it has to be.
It very much feels like a Blizzard MOBA. It's not. There's no. The meta doesn't work like any other MOBA I've seen. Every player on the team levels up at the same time. So there's like no individual levels on characters. Your team levels up with your team, so it's entirely team-based.
Yeah.
There's no items. The way that your abilities level up isn't tied to like just increasing values. Like it changes the way your abilities work.
It does like a talent tree thing, right?
Yeah, it does
Where,
like a talent.
your I guess your build for the game is really just what you choose to spend your points on.
Yeah.
Rather than like building items and shit and having the same skills no matter what. Like I think there's some good ideas, but I feel like it's a game that I'll play like maybe 10 rounds of and then just be done with it. But
It's not a competitive MOBA. It's meant to be a MOBA you're gonna have fun with.
yeah, like it's like the Hearthstone of MOBAs, which, clearly. Clearly Blizzard.
People take Hearthstone way too seriously.
They do. Well, I don't, because Hearthstone is just a fun game for me.
Well, anyone can take
But the
any
thing is,
game
they have
seriously.
such a huge success with Hearthstone. They're trying to recreate the same thing with Heroes of the Storm, but for MOBAs instead of card
See,
games.
like
Yeah.
I can't do Hearthstone. It hurts too much.
Why? Remembering the World of Warcraft trading card
because
game?
WoW TCG was better than Magic.
But
I could agree to that, actually. I
So
really
for-
like the web.
for the Heroes of the Storm though thing that you played, were you actually playing with like other people, like 5v5
Yeah.
or what?
It was against bots.
Okay.
Like you were the one player, and then the other 9.
Are you kidding me?
characters
We were
bots.
the only people at that booth like the entire day because that game's already in alpha and nobody wanted to play it.
Oh, funny. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might give the game a shot just for the heck of it when it comes out, but I probably can't see myself playing it that much.
Yeah. It's free, you might as well.
Right?
Oh, what else was there? Dynasty Warriors is still a thing. We didn't actually head over there much.
I feel like we're missing something.
We definitely are. It was whatever fucking game we played over by the EA or by the Ubisoft booth that I don't remember what it is.
We played it?
Yeah, we waited and played the actual game. I think
was
we
it a
did.
big deal?
I heard it. Like, fuck.
took pictures all day. I should check her Instagram.
Well,
In
I
the
mean,
meantime, go ahead.
yeah. While you're thinking about that, I mean, the biggest thing you kept bringing up was meeting people. This one person in particular.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, shout outs to, first of all, shout outs to my boy John, the PR representative for Atlas. Cool guy. Super nice guy. But more importantly, we met the man himself, Nolan North.
That's rude.
What?
But more importantly,
We've been a great guy.
Sorry, Nolan North was more important than my boy John. Shout outs to my boy John.
just because you say shout outs to my boy so and so doesn't mean that it makes it okay. Hey, shout out to my boy Tully. I'm still gonna fucking kill you one day.
That's true. That's 100% true. I didn't post that.
So yeah,
It
explain to
If
the.
Hodor hosted the iPhone conference, it's just like audio, Hodor. It's like all of the different things for the iPhone 5, 6, and 6S. It's just like Hodor.
I saw this picture, and I don't know. I mean, these pictures usually are biased in one way or another. But I had the specs of the iPhone 6 and the specs of the phone I have right now, and they were like identical. And they were like, "Good job getting your phone that's like already outdated by 3 years or whatever." And I was like, I wonder how true this actually is, you know? I don't know how much you can believe these people. But, no, so who is Nolan North for those of us who don't know?
Nolan North is the voice actor / mocap actor for Nathan Drake in Uncharted.
All right.
I don't think I have a picture of it. It might have been after my phone died. But, anyway, he was the fucking coolest guy.
He was so nice.
Like, he was doing a meet and greet for people at the time, so there was like a line of people to see him. But he actually took the time to talk to every person for at least like 5 to 10 minutes. And like we got to him like just as the convention was about to start closing down, so he talked to us for a good 5 minutes about like voicing Deadpool and about how Uncharted 4 is coming along and all that stuff. And like it got to the point where we were talking to him, and then the person in charge of him came up like, "Hey, you gotta move it along." He's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I gotta move it along now." I'm like, "Oh, dude, this has already been more than enough." But let's talk Uncharted 4 for a second from the man's mouth.
Oh, there's some gold on the way if that man is honest.
So, if Nolan North actually means what he said he means, whatever demo we saw for Uncharted 4 at E3 this year looks piss poor in comparison to what we're going to be seeing when the actual game comes out. Like, the difference between the visuals in that demo versus what's going to be coming out for the final product is like the difference between the graphics in Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 3.
Right. That's pretty interesting.
He said, and I quote, "The graphics for that demo were shit in comparison to what's happening over there at Naughty Dog right now."
Wow. And that's next gen only, or is it also
Next gen,
pre-gen?
PS4 only. PS4 only.
Oh wow! Oh, look at that PS4 exclusive. Getting there,
I told him, I'm like, that game comes out, I'm buying a PS4. He said the same thing. He's like, "Yeah, I don't even have a PS4 yet. I don't care. I'm not going to get it until Uncharted comes out."
Right. So that's cool. I mean, good to hear you got to meet him and you met the PR representative for Alice. Did you like go up? Go on. Oh yeah,
Shout out to John, my boy.
So
did you like, hey, do you know who I am?
Well, he sent out the press email earlier that day, and I watched him do it, and I didn't realize it at the time. Like, I'd walked up to the booth, and he handed me a poster, and I heard him say, like, "God, I hate sending out these emails from my phone." And then I was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird that he said that." 5 minutes later, I checked my phone, and I got a PR email from Atlas from a guy named John. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute." So when we were at lunch, I just emailed him. I'm like, "Hey, are you at Gamestop Expo right now? Because I definitely think I just saw you earlier today." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm here. Come up and say hi." So I went up and I said hi to the guy.
Wow, that's cool. That's really funny, actually. God, I hate this shit. Hey, what's up? So do you remember that game you played, or was that all? Is that the end of it all?
I couldn't find anything that I took pictures of on on Instagram at
While I'm
least.
still looking at that, I would like to give a shout out to the Viking truck.
Oh, that food truck. Okay, so all the food trucks were out in front of the place today, and they were delicious. There was a place called Viking Hot Dogs that we ate at, and Dwight had one that was called the Broadsword.
It was a fucking half-pound sausage, and what they put on this glorious thing was like a fuck ton of sauerkraut, a fuck ton of cheddar cheese, a fuck ton of bacon, some red cabbage, and what they called Viking ketchup.
And you're alive?
Oh yeah, more alive than I've been in a long time.
Wow.
I had the War Master, which had sriracha sauce on it, spicy mustard, sauerkraut, like a Polish hot dog, and some cheese. It was a cheese on it that I think it was like mozzarella or something. I don't know.
Mozzarella hot dog is weird.
No, it wasn't mozzarella. It was provolone. I think it was provolone. But fuck, it was delicious. Oh my god. And I had tater tots too, and they were golden.
The thing is like this hot dog was like $14. At least the broadsword was.
Yeah, no, they were expensive hot dogs because they were like actual, real made ingredients, not just bullshit like fucking ballpark pranks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, apparently, some chef that won Chopped, the TV show Chopped, was there in one of the food trucks, and I didn't even see it. Otherwise, I probably might have eaten there because my dad watches Chopped.
Right. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So that was really cool too.
I don't know what that game we played is now.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I
Maybe
mean, was it a big name or something? Like, you played. No, we already touched on Ultimax.
No, it wasn't the Atlas booth. The Atlas booth wasn't next to it.
Were you okay? Like, do you remember if we talked to anybody there? Do you know the console it was on?
I think it was on Xbox One, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on Xbox One.
Was it the new Dark Souls game? The whatchamacallit?
No, but we can see that too. We didn't play it because we got there like right as the con was shutting down. But let me tell you what, Bloodborne is Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls. It's just Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls DLC basically. It looks like
All right.
it looks like the Order 1886 Dark Souls, and that's what it is.
All right, good to know.
The game looks like Dark Souls, and it plays like Dark Souls, and it looks like the Order 1886. So that's Bloodborne.
Was it either of the new Assassin's Creeds, or was it Tomb Raider, maybe?
It wasn't Tomb Raider. We did see the Assassin's Creed. They had like a video presentation for both of the games. They weren't playable.
I'm trying to think about what other Xbox One games. Oh yeah, was it Phantom Dust?
You wish.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What else? MGS box trade.
Oh, it was MGS. Yeah, the MGS box DLC. Great.
Pokemon.
Was it? Oh well.
This is gonna bother me.
Yeah, it's gonna bother me too. Let me see if I can.
You can include it in your article. You'll write about this whole experience if you remember. But we are coming on in about 2
Sega?
hours.
That's Sega.
Sega. Was it Phantasy Star Nova?
Which? Sonic Boom?
No!
What?
It was Disney Infinity.
Oh, it was Disney Infinity. You're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We already talked about that. It was cool.
Yeah.
Also, Sonic, we didn't play it, but Sonic Boom was there. Sonic
Wow.
is super hedgehog edgy now. He's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Please stop us. Oh god. Okay.
Sedgy the Edgy.
Edgy the Edgy, yeah.
I still think the trailer for that game was one of the
Or
greatest
Edgy the
things in the
Edgy.
world. The
What?
fucking MLG video trailer they made for that game was just one of the best things in the world. But oh well. Okay, so that's everything then?
Let me take a look. We talked about EA, talked about Microsoft. I didn't get to play fucking Kingdom Hearts. I was gonna play it at the beginning of the day, then we went around and did everything, and then by the time I got back there, they'd shut it down already.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 2.
Like bastards.
You mean 3?
No, Kingdom Hearts 2, like the HD remake.
Oh, okay.
but I missed that opportunity. Bandai Namco not doing so good. They had a Dark Souls clone. What was it called?
I don't remember. All I know is that I got a hand sanitizer from them that said "clean your sins."
Oh my God.
I think they want me to stop masturbating. I'm not sure though.
Oh, the puns too strong.
All I know is that Bandai Namco, the three things at their boost were a Naruto game, a Dark Souls clone game, and a Pac-Man game. That's all they had. Bandai Namco not doing so hot.
Alright.
Not even the HD remix of DOA.
Oh, boy, that does exist.
Is George really gonna buy that and have to spend $200 on DLC again?
I wouldn't put it past
You should just
him.
let him bring it over.
You would think, but I want George to pay $200 for all that DLC again. I want him to feel the pain for his hubris. For buying $200 worth of fucking costumes in DOA. That's his fault.
That's fair.
So, yeah, this guy just unlocked Dark Pit, so Dark Pit is a reality in this game. Anywho, we should probably wrap it up. We are just coming on about 2 hours here.
Yeah, alright.
But it sounds like you had a great time. I wish I could have gone.
Fuck it, your loss is my gain, bro.
Right, it's okay, man.
Lords of the Fallen. The name of the game is Lords of the Fallen. It's a Dark Souls clone. Like,
It looked really cool though. I mean, I got super frustrated really quick.
just like Dark Souls.
Just like,
Sounds like it. Sounds like the same thing. I mean,
Anyway,
I
yeah.
don't know. Any developer can make a game hard. It's like, can you make it hard and fun? I don't know.
Well, Dark Souls wasn't hard and fun, but the challenge was more from gameplay.
Right. Well, Dark Souls was like a feeling of accomplishment, but at the same time, it had like that RPG stuff, so that you had fun, like doing different builds, infiltrating other people's worlds and fucking with them, or helping them, but no one ever did that.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, but anyone can make a hard game. It's just, I guess whatever that's From Software did, they latched on to people with a game that was extremely hard, but still fun to people.
Right.
Anyways, but yeah, we should wrap this up. It is about 2 hours. Any last words?
I got a lot of free shit today.
Yep.
I appreciate that. I've already made back my free $110.
Mortal Kombat was sweet, and thank you, Viking Truck.
Dude,
Right.
Viking Truck, too broke.
Yeah.
Keep a lookout.
Again, shout outs to my boy John from the from the Atlas booth, my man. I think that the other Atlas girl was flirting with me, but I'm not sure.
Pretty obviously. I noticed.
To which I say, sorry.
I could smell the ocean.
Wow.
Other than that, I'm really looking forward to Evolve. I'm really looking forward to Smash. I'm really looking forward to a lot of the games I played today, for that matter. Sunset Overdrive, shoutouts to that.
Shoutouts to your hotel internet, which has been more stable than your home internet.
This hotel internet is like at least 10 times better than my home internet, and I find that really sad.
Christ.
Any
It's
last
50 kilobytes down at home. It's not good.
any last questions, Mike? Anything?
Yeah, anything you want to know, Mike?
Video games are still kind of cool.
That's not a question, but yeah, they are.
I hope they remain that cool.
Still not a question, but yeah, I hope so too.
All right. I guess everyone pay attention. Follow Facebook, and we're gonna be giving away all this shit.
God, I've got fucking... Let me just make it rain cards real quick for download codes I have.
I heard that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. This has been the Critical D-Cast.
I love you all.
He
been
loves
great
you
being
all.
here.
Oh, and thank you, Dwight, for your input and coming on.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic, dude. I hope to do this in the future, actually.
He's gonna pay us in articles.
Yeah, no, I actually want to give you guys some articles to work with.
All right. Bye, Mike. Bye, Mike. Bye.
Hey, bye. Yep.
Bye.
Hey,
All right.
bye, guys. Bye.
Guys.
See ya.